Broncos country. Let's ride. What's up, Broncos country? Are you ready for what's coming? Because I'm about to tell you something that's going to make your heart race and your eyes sparkle in that orange color we love so much. The Denver Broncos are sitting at 9 wins and just 2 losses, fam. 9-2. And you know what that means? We're just a few steps away from achieving something that hasn't happened since that magical year of 2015 when we hoisted the Super Bowl trophy. But hold on, because the season isn't over yet. In fact, it's just starting to get really interesting. After the bye week, that strategic break where the team rests and prepares for the final stretch of the season, the Denver Broncos are going to face 6 different quarterbacks, 6 opponents who are going to try to stop us, 6 opportunities for our defense to show why it's one of the most feared in the entire league. And look, I know you're wondering, who are these quarterbacks? Are they good? Can we beat them? Will we dominate, or will we struggle? These questions are hammering away in the head of every member of the Denver Broncos family right now. And that's exactly why you need to stick with me until the end of this video, because I'm going to break down opponent by opponent, game by game, so you understand the path we have ahead of us towards the playoffs. And there's more. This sequence of games could define not just whether we make the playoffs, but whether we go as AFC West division champions. Picture this, fam. Denver Broncos raising that division championship trophy after almost a decade of waiting. After years of watching Kansas City dominate our division, our time has finally come to reclaim the throne that was always ours. So take a deep breath, adjust that orange jersey, because the journey ahead is breathtaking. And I guarantee you one thing. After this video, you'll understand exactly what needs to happen for the Denver Broncos to achieve glory. Let's go, Broncos country. Look at the situation we're in right now. The Denver Broncos are on an 8-game winning streak heading into the bye week. 8 straight wins, fam. When's the last time you saw our team play with this confidence, this fire, this will to win? It almost feels like we're back to that 2015 team that refused to lose, that walked onto the field knowing they were going to dominate the opponent. And the comparison to 2015 isn't by chance. Just like that year, we have an absolutely terrifying defense. A defense that pressures the opposing quarterback, forces turnovers, changes the course of the game with a timely sack or a decisive interception. Our defensive line is flying, our linebackers are everywhere, and the secondary is making elite receivers look like average players. But here's the detail that makes everything even more exciting. To secure the AFC West title, we probably need to reach 12 wins. Maybe even more, depending on what happens with the other teams in the division. So do the math with me. We're at 9 wins now. We need 3 more to get to 12. 3 wins in 6 remaining games. Sounds easy, right? But in football, fam, there's no easy game. There's no cakewalk. Every Sunday is a war. Every 4th down is a battle. And the opponents we're going to face, even if some are going through difficulties, are professional NFL teams with talented players who are going to give everything to try to beat us. Because nobody wants to be the team that fell to the Denver Broncos when we were flying toward the playoffs. Now let's talk about these 6 quarterbacks who are going to try to stop us. And believe me, some of these names will make you smile. Others will make you respect the challenge. But all of them represent an opportunity for our defense to shine even brighter. Starting with Week 13, right after the bye, we have a big game on Sunday Night Football against the Washington Commanders. And here lies an interesting mystery. Their starting quarterback, Jaden Daniels, is recovering from an elbow injury. He suffered a dislocation, and although the injury wasn't as serious as it initially seemed, there's huge doubt whether he'll be ready to face us. If Daniels doesn't play, who takes command of Washington's offense? Marcus Mariota, fam. A veteran who's had his moments of glory in the league, but who's a backup today. And look, no disrespect to Mariota, but he's going to have to face our defense in prime time under the Sunday Night Football lights with the whole world watching. Do you think he's ready for the pressure coming from Von Miller, from Patrick Surtain too, from that entire orange and blue defensive machine? I have my doubts. Actually, I think our defense is going to have a feast in that game. Even if Daniels plays, he'll be coming off an injury, probably without game rhythm, and he'll have to make quick decisions against a defense that's among the best in the league at pressuring the quarterback. The advantage is with us, Broncos country. Then, in Week 14, comes an opponent we know very well, Geno Smith of the Seattle Seahawks. And here, I need you to remember what happened a few weeks ago when we faced the Seahawks on that Thursday night. Fam, it was a clinic. Geno Smith spent the whole night running to save his own life. Our defense was on him the entire time, forcing mistakes, rushing throws, making him play scared. Now imagine facing the same team again, but this time with our defense even sharper, even more confident. Geno is a competent quarterback, has his qualities, but he's already shown he can't handle the pressure we bring. And if he couldn't do it the first time, what makes you think he'll manage the second? This game against Seattle is extremely winnable. It's the type of matchup we need to dominate, control from start to finish, and walk away with another win in the bag. Because every win now is one step closer to the division title, one step closer to securing our playoff spot, preferably with home field advantage. Then we get to Week 15, and things start to get more serious. Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers come to our house. And fam, let's not underestimate this guy. Love has been efficient this season, playing smart football, making good decisions, and commanding a Packers offense that can be dangerous when it's clicking. But here's the thing. Love is going to have to play in Denver, in our stadium, with our crowd screaming, with our altitude affecting his timing, with our defense hunting him all over the field. Green Bay is a traditional respected team, but when you play at home with a defense of our caliber, the odds always tilt to our side. This game will be a real test. It'll show if we're truly ready to face elite quarterbacks in the playoffs. Because Love, when he's having his best day, can destroy any defense. But I trust our guys. I trust that we'll prepare a perfect game plan that will disguise coverages, bring pressures from different angles, and make Love feel uncomfortable the entire game. Now, if you're enjoying this content, if you're Broncos country for real and want to follow every step of our team toward the playoffs, subscribe to the channel now. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss any video, any analysis, any moment of this historic season we're living. Let's do this together, fam. Continuing here, Week 16 brings another opponent coming to play in Denver, Trevor Lawrence and the Jacksonville Jaguars. And look, fam, I need to be honest with you about this game. Trevor Lawrence is a generational talent, was the first overall pick, has an incredible arm, but this season he's going through serious difficulties. 11 interceptions so far. 11, and his passer rating is below 80, which for a quarterback who was considered the future of the league is concerning. Jacksonville isn't having a good year, and Lawrence is carrying much of the weight of that poor campaign on his shoulders. For us, this is a golden opportunity. Lawrence will arrive in Denver without confidence, without rhythm, probably pressured by the media and his own fans. And our defense, which is aggressive by nature, will smell that blood in the water. We're going to attack him from the first snap, force him to make quick decisions, put even more pressure on his shoulders. This is the type of game that could turn into a blowout. The kind of matchup where our defense scores points, where every possession of theirs feels like an adventure, where the scoreboard gets ugly for the opposing side. And look, I'm not underestimating Jacksonville as a team, but when you coldly analyze the moment they're living versus the moment we're living, the scale weighs heavily to our side. Now we get to the last 2 weeks of the regular season, and here things get extremely interesting. Week 17 and Week 18 bring two quarterbacks we know very, very well, two divisional rivals who've given us trouble in the past and who will want to crash our party. Week 17, Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. Fam, I don't even need to say much about this guy, right? Mahomes is arguably the best quarterback today, two-time Super Bowl champion, league MVP, a magician with the ball in his hands. He makes plays that defy physics, that seem impossible, and has an incredible talent for winning games in decisive moments. Facing Mahomes and the Chiefs is always an immense challenge. It's the type of game that defines seasons, that separates pretenders from real contenders. And depending on how things are looking in Week 17, this game could have massive playoff implications. It could be the difference between having home field advantage or having to travel. It could be the difference between being division champions or a wild card. But you know what? I'm excited for this challenge. I'm excited to see our defense against the best offense in the division. Because it's in these games, against these elite opponents, that you discover what you're really made of. And I believe, from the bottom of my heart, that we have everything to win. We have the defense, we have the momentum, we have the confidence. And to close out the regular season, Week 18, Justin Herbert and the Los Angeles Chargers. Another divisional rival, another talented quarterback who can shred any defense on a good day. Herbert has a cannon for an arm, is accurate, is athletic, and commands a Chargers offense that's always dangerous. But here's the point, depending on how the previous weeks go, Week 18 might already be decided. If we secure the division title early, maybe we rest starters. Or maybe we need to win to guarantee a better seed in the playoffs. Everything will depend on how the cards fall in weeks 13 through 17. What I can say for sure is that Herbert and the Chargers will want to ruin our momentum. They'll want to show they can compete with us, and it's up to our defense to show once again why we're one of the most complete and dangerous teams this season. Now let's look at the big picture of this 6-game stretch. We have 2 home games against quarterbacks having complicated seasons, Love and Lawrence. We have 2 games against divisional rivals we know well, Mahomes and Herbert. And we have 2 games against teams from other conferences, Mariota and Smith. If we're realistic, fam, can we win 4 of these 6 games? Absolutely. Can we win 5? Definitely. Can we sweep and win all 6? Look, in football anything can happen, but if there's a team capable of doing it, it's the 2025 Denver Broncos. Our defense is playing at such a high level that it can win any game by itself. Even if the offense has a bad day, even if we make some mistakes, the defense is capable of holding the opponent, creating turnovers, giving the offense chances to score. It's the type of defense that wins championships. And look how interesting. This season really reminds us of 2015 in that aspect. That year, we had a historic defense that carried the team on its back. We had a defensive unit that took the field knowing it was going to dominate, destroy the opponent's game plan, give the opposing quarterback nightmares. That's exactly what's happening now. Every time our defense takes the field, you feel like something special is going to happen. A sack, an interception, a forced fumble. There's always something that changes the course of the game in our favor. And when you look at these 6 quarterbacks we're going to face, it's clear our defense will have golden opportunities. Mariota is a backup. Smith has already been dominated by us. Love is good, but not unbeatable. Lawrence is struggling. Mahomes is the only one who really scares, but even he can be contained with the right game plan. And Herbert, well, he's talented, but inconsistent. So, Denver Broncos fam, the math is in our favor. The momentum is with us. The schedule, except for Mahomes, is favorable. Everything is aligning for a triumphant final stretch that can take us straight to the playoffs as AFC West champions. But football isn't played on paper. It's not played with statistics and analysis. It's played on the field, under pressure, with real opponents who also want to win. And that's why we can't underestimate anyone. That's why we need to enter every game with maximum focus, impeccable preparation, with the same hunger for victory we had during these 8 consecutive wins. Every possession matters. Every third down is crucial. Every coaching decision could be the difference between victory and defeat. And we, as fans, as family, need to be there supporting the team in every moment, whether in the stadium or watching from home. Imagine the scene when we cross that 12-win line and secure the division title. Imagine the euphoria, the emotion, the tears of joy seeing our team back on top of the AFC West after so long. Imagine being able to say, "You were there. that you believed, that you were part of this incredible journey. Because at the end of the day, fam, it's not just about football. It's about belonging. It's about being part of something bigger than ourselves. It's about carrying the orange and blue colors with pride, regardless of the result. It's about waking up Sunday morning with that good anxiety, that anticipation of seeing our team on the field. And this season has been special precisely because of that. It's been special because after difficult years, after frustrating seasons, we finally have a team that competes, that wins, that makes us believe again. We finally have a defense that fills us with pride, a coach who knows what he's doing, an organization that's building something sustainable. The next 6 games will define not just our season, but possibly the future of the franchise. A successful campaign now could attract quality free agents next year, could make players want to wear the Denver Broncos jersey, could transform our culture back to what it's always been, a winning culture. So when you watch these games, fam, remember what's at stake. It's not just another win. It's a step toward legacy. It's building a new golden era for the Denver Broncos. It's the chance to get back to the top of the league and show everyone that this team, this organization, this fan base never gave up. And about these 6 quarterbacks, they're just obstacles in our path. Some harder than others, it's true, but all beatable, all human, all capable of making mistakes when pressured by our relentless defense. Mariota will feel the pressure. Smith already felt it and will feel it again. Love will discover how hard it is to play in altitude against an elite defense. Lawrence will keep struggling. Mahomes will have to work magic as always. And Herbert will need his best day to have any chance. But us? We just need to keep doing what we're doing. Play with fire, with intelligence, with that mentality of refusing to accept defeat. If we do that, if we maintain the standard we established during these 8 consecutive wins, I guarantee we'll come out of this 6-game stretch with at least 4 wins, possibly 5 or even 6. And when the clock hits 0 in the last game of the regular season, when we've secured our playoff spot, maybe as division champions, we'll look back and realize this was the season that changed everything. The season that brought the Denver Broncos back to where they always belonged, among the NFL's elite teams. The defense will be the key. It has been all year and will continue to be. When you have a defense capable of stopping any offense, you always have a chance to win, no matter who the opposing quarterback is, no matter how talented he is. If our defense plays at the level it's been playing, we can beat anyone. And look, fam, I know some of you might be thinking, but what if we lose to Mahomes? What if Love has the game of his life? What if Lawrence finally wakes up against us? These concerns are valid, but they can't paralyze us. In sports, in football especially, you can't play afraid of losing. You have to play to win. And the 2025 Denver Broncos aren't afraid of anyone. We've proven that during 8 consecutive games. We've proven it facing tough teams, winning difficult games, overcoming adversity. This team has personality, has character, has that will to win that's impossible to teach but essential for success. So when the team returns from the bye week, rested and prepared, I expect to see the same intensity, the same hunger, the same level of play we saw before the break. Actually, I expect to see even more because now we're entering the most important part of the season. Now every game has double weight. Every win brings us closer to the ultimate goal. The 6 quarterbacks we're going to face are already studying our film. They're already trying to find weaknesses in our defense. They're already preparing schemes to try to surprise us. But you know what they're going to discover? That there are no shortcuts against a great defense. That there are no tricks that work against a well-trained and prepared team. And when they realize that, when they take the field and feel the real pressure from our defensive line, when they see their receivers covered tightly by our secondary, when they need to make decisions in split seconds under immense pressure, that's when we'll see who can really handle the pressure. So what do you think, Broncos country? Can we sweep these 6 games, or will there be a stumble along the way? Which of these quarterbacks worries you most? Which game do you think will be the toughest? Drop your opinions in the comments. Let's debate. Let's talk like the family we are. And go ahead and drop that, like for the algorithm to know you love quality Denver Broncos content. Share this video with that friend who's also family, who also bleeds orange and blue, who's also counting the days until our team returns. The final stretch is coming, fam. The playoffs are right there. And the Denver Broncos are ready to show that 2025 is our year. Let's go together on this journey toward glory. Broncos country, let's ride.